Good afternoon, guys. For those who are tuning in for the second time, welcome back. For those who are tuning in for the first, welcome. I want to start off by apologizing. I know last week I had told you guys that I was going to be on by 12 or 1. I wasn't feeling well last night, so I kind of slept in late today. So I apologize. Okay, so I want to start off the episode by thanking everyone who took the time out to join the little giveaway that I had going on. I truly appreciate all the love and the support I got from people, whether you entered the contest or you just liked and shared and didn't enter. Any little thing you did, I truly appreciate it. So the winner of the contest is Miss Jillian. She entered the contest through Instagram. The quote that she sent me, it's something that, I feel everyone should think of. So here it is. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. This quote is by Maya Angelou. It was one of the best, so I chose hers. She won. Jillian, if you're listening, send me a message and let me know which you prefer, the shot glass or the water bottle. I really enjoyed doing this little giveaway, so I'm going to make sure it happens more often. I'll let you guys know in advance and give you more time to join in, because a couple of people were texting me last minute and I really couldn't. I didn't have time to continue to read more. So that's enough of that. Today's episode is going to be about the 7 rules of life. 7 rules of life that I live by. And I'm hoping you guys can take a little bit from each rule, learn something about it, incorporate it in your life, and hopefully it'll help you if you're going through anything in your life. So let's get started. Rule number 1 is let it go. Don't ruin today thinking and dwelling about yesterday. I know there's a lot of times we dwell on the past, whether it's something that happened to us yesterday, something that happened to us last week, last month, etc. But I feel that time is too valuable to be wasted. That time that we waste thinking about, what could have happened if we would have said something different, I like to call it my what if time, like the what if episode in your life. If you're stuck wondering how things would have been different if you would have said something different to someone or reacted a little different to a situation, all you're really doing is blocking what is in store for you. So I say you should let go of the what ifs and welcome the what is. I'm a true believer that everything happens for a reason. So we need to learn how to let it go. Now, rule number 2 will be ignore. I remember there was a point in time when one of my sisters and I would always be back and forth with little certain things that used to bother us, and we used to text each other, keyword ignore. So guys, the keyword here is ignore. Don't listen to what others have to say. Live a life that's empowering to you. You should never, ever live your life looking for other people's validations. Nowadays with the whole social media stuff going on, you see people trying to live a life that lives up to other standards. That should not happen. Those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Do whatever makes you happy. Don't worry about what makes anyone else happy but yourself. If you're a parent, of course, like I am, everything that I do in life, I make sure it's going to make me and my children happy. As long as whatever you're doing is within your morals and it's following your beliefs, that it's not going to make you feel crappy about it later on, I say just go for it. Others' opinions should not matter when it comes to your happiness. Number 3, give it time. Time heals everything. But I feel that in order for the healing process to begin, step number 1 is definitely needed. You have to let things go. You cannot heal if you're holding on to the past. During the healing process, there's always a time where you feel like, okay, I'm good, I'm better. Then you might have a little setback. Those setbacks are going to always happen if you genuinely haven't let go of what's creating the problem. So you have to make sure you let go so you can be able to give yourself time to heal. Another thing, time. Everyone heals differently. Just because your friend healed from a breakup within a month or two doesn't mean that the same thing applies for you. Sometimes it can take months. Some people get over things, well, they say, I don't know, I've never gotten over something in weeks. It could take years. It has taken me to heal over certain situations more than 3 years. So give yourself the time. Don't rush anything. Rule number 4, don't compare. The only person that you should try to beat is the person that you were yesterday. Do not, and I repeat, do not live your life comparing yourself to your friends, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, anyone. If you do that, you're going to live their life. You're going to waste your time living someone else's life instead of living your own life. Everyone is different. While something simple might make you happy, that simplicity wouldn't make another person happy. So I don't think that you should live your life comparing yourself to what others, to what they go through, what they have, or how they dealt with the situation. Everybody's heart is different. Everybody's mind is different. We all have different perceptions of different situations in life. So don't compare yourself, your relationship, your financial status, anything to anyone else. Because while you feel that you're not in the place you need to be financially, or whether it's a home that you want to buy or whatever it is, you might have a friend that has all of that. But deep down inside, you know that they're really not happy. They're missing that one little thing within. So please do not compare yourself to anyone. Live the life that you choose to live, and that makes you and your loved ones, meaning your immediate loved ones, your children, your spouse, whoever it is, happy. Number 5, stay calm and stay focused. It's okay not to have everything all figured out. Just set a goal and focus on it. My advice to you would be to take it one day at a time. Don't worry about what's going to happen next weekend, next month, and so on. Live for today and do all that needs to be done for the present. And as you're doing all that has to be done in the present, little by little, you can plan and work things out for the future. Tomorrow's never promised, so I feel we should worry about tomorrow once we get there. But today, we take care of what we can for today and enjoy it as much as we can. Rule number 6, it's all up to you, boo. All up to you. Only you are in charge of your happiness. A lot of us tend to give that power to others, and that's a huge mistake that we all can say we have made in life. Your happiness shouldn't depend on no one other than yourself. If your significant other brings you joy and happiness and all this and that, always remember that is a plus. But deep down, we all know that if we're not happy within, no matter what anyone else does for us, we will never be satisfied. We will always have an excuse as to, oh, I can't be with this one because of this. He doesn't do this or she doesn't do that. The way this one did this one did that. You're out there looking for little bits and pieces of happiness and trying to put that all together. But realistically, the part that's missing is the happiness within. So if you don't have that, no matter who you're with, even if they're the greatest man, greatest woman, you will not be happy. I know it's easier said than done, but it's possible. We all have to take some time and work on ourselves, do things that bring us joy. If you like drawing, I don't know, take up a class. If you enjoy reading, join a book club. If you're one of those that enjoy helping others, volunteer your time to a nursing home or to shelters to help those in need. Or like me, you can start a podcast. I always have been that go-to person, like I've told you before. I love being there for my friends and my family. If they're going through a situation, I love giving them my input on things. Everyone thinks differently. So having different perceptions of a situation can help someone deal with their situation a little better, having an outsider looking in. But you just have to make sure that outsider looking in is a person that's going to give you genuine advice from the heart, because some people, tend to do things in a different way if deep down inside they're envious of what you have. So be very careful with who you choose to talk to about your situations. So since I've noticed that I enjoy doing that during this pandemic that I've been home with my children, I kind of started feeling a little empty. So I just started thinking, I was like, you know what? Why don't I do this? If I do it on a daily basis with my friends and my family, why not reach out to other people? So this is something that I am doing for myself to make myself feel better and fill that little emptiness that I had within. During this entire pandemic, I have been working on this rule. I've been sitting down, jotting down things that I've always enjoyed before children, during. I've just been jotting down everything that I've always loved in life. And every day I try to do a little something when it comes to that. I love music. I love dancing. So every now and again, the kids hate when I blast my old school music, but every now and then I put on some freestyle. I start cleaning, singing, dancing, and all of that brings me joy. So it could be the simplest thing, people. The simplest thing. It might sound like, this is not going to help, but believe me, it really, really does. And in the long run, if we don't focus on ourselves and focus on ways to try to make ourselves happy, the next person that comes along and they show us a little ounce of interest, do a little something to bring us some sort of joy, we're going to cling on to that person, whether they're meant for us or not. Just because we're craving that, anyone who gives it to us, we're going to latch on to them. So we do not want that to happen. So therefore, take the time out to work on yourself and make yourself happy. And last but not least, rule number 7, smile. That's right, people, smile. Life is too short. Enjoy it while you can and while you have it. I can't emphasize this rule enough. We all need to smile more often. No matter what it is that we're going through, smile through it. As a matter of fact, I think that this rule should be applied right after all the other rules that we spoke about. After you do rule number 1, make sure to take some time, smile. Number 2, take some time to smile. Smile, smile, smile. Love those who love you. And forget the rest. I'm hoping that during these times, everyone has learned a few things, and I'm hoping that one of them that we've learned is that you can be here today and gone tomorrow. If you're in a relationship and you guys argue, don't go to bed mad at each other. What if one of you doesn't wake up the next morning? You're going to live with that regret within for the rest of your life. If you're dating and if you're wondering if it's too soon to text him or her, just do it. The other person is probably feeling the same exact way as you are. Screw all these dating rules that are out there. It doesn't matter. If you want to go for something, shoot your shot. Push your pride to the side and go for it. You might lose out on something great over it. I've seen it happen before. And if, let's say, you and a friend had an argument about something that could be simple to you, major to them, whatever it is, talk it out, figure it out, and then walk it out. Sorry. Every time I say walk it out, that song pops up to my head. I apologize. But the moral of the story is, life is too short for the bullshit. Nobody was given a handbook to this thing that we call life. So, it's a learning experience. I feel that everything we go through is teaching us something for what's coming up ahead. Anything you go through in life, whether it's negative or positive, I feel it's something that was meant to happen, no matter how bad it is. It was meant to happen to help you grow for what's in store for you in the future. There's a lot of times, we question, why am I going through this? God, why would you do this to me? My advice to you in those trying times is to have faith. And you're going to hear me say this a lot, but everything happens for a reason, all the good and the bad. Just have faith and pray and hope for better days. Things will get better. A lot of times we're so cooped up in what we're doing that we don't realize just how better things have gotten. If you take time out, sit down, jot down things that you have right now, and try to go back in time and think of things that you wanted before, that you prayed for, goals that you set, and you'll see that things have gotten better in time. It might not happen exactly when you want it to happen or how you want it to happen, but things eventually fall into place. You just gotta have faith and believe that better days will come. And guys, like I told you before, if you ever feel you need someone to talk to and don't have anyone, I am here for you. Because that is one of the worst feelings. Feeling like you have no outlet. But I am here for you, no matter the time, day, doesn't matter. Send me a message and I will make sure to reply to you as soon as I can. But I do feel that if you apply these 7 rules to your life, you will get somewhere. You will see results, especially with rule number 1. I'm sorry, I have to go back to it. Letting go. A lot of us do not know how to let go. If you do not let go of what's hurting you, you will always be hurt and you will be stuck in the same place in your life for a very, very long time, and you will end up becoming someone that you don't even recognize. When you don't let go, certain things can turn into hate, and that hate is going to create a monster out of you. And as time goes by, it's going to be even harder for you to let go. So no matter how hard it is, let go. Don't let your past ruin your future. A lot of times we don't let go, and when we try to jump into something new, the past haunts us. We tend to bring up the past in future relationships. Something that someone did to us in the past. If someone that we're with now does even a little something that might bring us back to that moment where we were hurt, the doubt begins. And once there's doubt, things get messed up. So please, guys, rule number 1, no matter how long it takes you to let go, try your best to let go so you can be able to welcome what the future has in store for you. So what I want you to do right now is to get a paper and a pen and jot down these rules. Let's run by them real fast. Rule number 1, let it go. Rule number 2, ignore. Rule number 3, give it time. Rule number 4, don't compare. Rule number 5, stay calm, stay focused. Rule number 6, it's all up to you. And rule number 7, smile. So you're going to write all these rules down, and under each one, you're going to write down, for example, number 1, things that you want to let go. Jot down all the things you want to let go. Do the same thing for number 2, 3, 4, and so on. And slowly but surely, conquer one of these things. I'll say let's give it time, because it takes time. Do your best to conquer one of them. Let's say at least once a month. Try to work on one of each of these things. Slowly but surely, whatever time works for you, you do that. If every week you want to work on something and then go back to it, however works best for you. But I feel it's best to jot things down. I'm more of a visual person. If I see everything in writing, it works a little better for me. So whenever I'm going through something, I'll do my pros and cons list, look at the list, and that'll help me figure things out. That's another thing that can help you guys, by the way, pros and cons list. But for each step, I want you to write down something that you want to handle and take care of. And slowly but surely, get to it and do it. And always, after each rule, remember to smile. And remember that you're a lovely, wonderful person, and anyone will be lucky to have you. If ever you meet someone and they do something to hurt you, know that it is not your fault. There's a lot of times we tend to blame ourselves for things we go through in life. It's not your fault. You never know what they're fighting within, what problems that person might have that they're trying to deal with and never dealt with them. Which brings me to this. If you do not deal with all these problems that you write down, all you're going to do is live an unhappy life and make someone else unhappy. And that is not fair to them. So I think it's best to jot things down and work on things as much as you can. The first step is realizing what's wrong. Once you realize what's wrong, then everything else will fall into place. And once you accept it, you're even a step closer. Do anything and everything needed to make you a better you. Once you're a better you, you become a better mother, you become a better wife, you become a better friend, you become a better worker, and so on. Once you work on you becoming a better you, it makes you great in every aspect. Working on you is going to make you a better person all around. And you'll feel it. Once you start taking these steps, you're going to start feeling it. You'll feel better when you wake up in the mornings. Your friends and your family will start noticing. And once you've reached your goal, everything that you learned during this experience, you can share it with someone else. So, it works out pretty well. Okay, guys, so I'm going to leave you with this quote. Accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. Always keep that in mind daily. I truly hope that I touched someone with these words, and it'll help you with whatever you're facing in life. Don't forget, if you need me, I'm just an email away. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and review. Like I always told you guys, constructive criticism is welcome. Thank you for tuning in. All the love and support is greatly appreciated. Stay safe and stay blessed. Speak to you next week.